Hello everyone, welcome to Ascendant Signs, and today in this video I will be talking about the direct motion of Mars which has already had happened in the sign of Taurus on 13th of January 2023. And today is also the Makar Sankranti, the solar ingress into the sign of Capricorn. So it's the onset of Uttarayan. It's a very auspicious time, and if you are thinking to start any auspicious work, then this time frame is a wonderful one. And this is also a time frame when we do some religious activities. We take bath in the holy rivers to gain the auspicious energy and the positive energy. So wish you all a very auspicious and happy Makar Sankranti. May Surya give us his positive energy, vitality, happiness and prosperity in everyone's life. Okay, so it's a wonderful time, and on this energy and this particular time frame, let us talk about the direct motion of Mars which has already had happened on 13th of January 2023 in the sign of Taurus. And Mars had been retrograde, from last more than last 2 months. Previously it entered the sign of Gemini, and then it turned retrograde in Gemini. Then again in its retrograde motion it entered the sign of Taurus, and it had been retrograde for last 2 months or so. Or if you take the overall days of retrogression, it is actually more than 2 months. Okay, so now actually finally Mars has turned direct. Now in order to clear the confusion, because sometimes many times we have this kind of confusions that is a planet really retrograde or not. So astronomically speaking, no planet turns retrograde because the planet is moving in its own orbit around the sun, correct? So when you talk about the astrological part, because see, Vedic astrology is geocentric astrology. Geocentric means all the astrological phenomena and observations are seen from Earth, standing on Earth. Okay, so from here we see that the planet Mars is moving forward, the planet Mars is retrograding. Okay, so from here we are seeing, so this becomes the point from where we are marking the events. So now finally we can see that Mars is now direct. That progressive energy of Mars will be impacting us, it means in a nice manner for every one of us. Now we have to understand, Mars is the energy, Mars is the courage. Any kind of work we do, we require energy for it, we require a positive mindset for it. In the planetary cabinet, Sun is the king, Moon is the queen. Similarly, Mars is the commander, army chief of the planetary cabinet. Okay, now Moon rules over mind, Sun rules over our soul and heart. Okay, when we talk about heart, Sun rules over heart also. Okay, so whenever we start to do some work by following our mind, by following our soul and heart, we apply some energy. That energy is Mars. So that means if you take this thing astrologically, that means Mars is following the orders of the king and the queen. That means our energy is following our mind, heart and soul. And now that energy of Mars is progressive, it has turned direct. So now it is a wonderful time to start any new work, any new project, or suppose anything which was getting delayed, we can think about it, we can really start about it with some positive mindset. Okay, now you see, the element of choice, the element of free will is always there, correct? Sorry. Now when we are thinking to start any job or any new project, or we are thinking to put some effort, now that can be effort in any sense of our life. Now that can be like following the daily life routines and schedules, Like suppose someone will be very organized person, like suppose someone is very organized in his or her daily life routines and schedules, very ordered, very committed. Even for them also, the retrogression of Mars will bring some kind of delays in starting of new work, because that time Mars will make us feel that since Martian energy is in its retrograde motion, it was a time of introspection into our past events. So Mars was saying that first you rectify those past events and then think about the new things. And since now Mars is direct now, again I am saying from the point of Vedic astrology, no planet turns direct or no planet turns retrograde astronomically, correct? In terms of Vedic astrology, when we look into it, we see that yes, now the planet Mars has turned direct. So this is a time to give more focus, more importance into our priorities, the things which requires our attention, because from last 2 months or so when Mars was retrograde, it was a time when we were not able to focus on our new work, correct? So this is a wonderful time, I will say, when we can really focus on our work. Another thing I will say here, Mars is not changing the sign very soon. This we have to understand, because Mars is in the sign of Taurus and it will change the sign from Taurus to Gemini on 13th of March 2023. So you can say more 2 months from now. So Mars is not changing the sign very soon. So that means here Mars is giving us another opportunity, or you can say it is a type of renewal, new opportunity, putting our energy into some good things. Channelization of energy is very essential now, because already Mars turned direct after so many long days, and that too in the sign of Taurus. And again 2 months from now it will change the sign. So here Mars is saying that the things which were unable to complete during this particular 2 months, last 2 months, now we will be able to focus on those things in a better manner. Now it is a choice of free will that how we are choosing to use that energy. Now see, since Mars is energy, so it has something to do with the vitality of our human health also. When we talk about sun directly rules on our vitality and energy, that is correct. But since Mars is also Urja Shakti, it is the basically energy, Urja Shakti. Okay. So that Urja Shakti has got something to do with our bodily energy and vitality. It also means that it is a wonderful time for maintaining our bodily immunity and health, vitality. But how we choose to have that nutrition, that is our free will. Okay, that is what I am trying to say, that Mars, this particular planetary energy which is happening now, is a very welcome energy for every one of us. One thing I will say here is that Mars is aspecting the sign of Sagittarius by its 8th aspect. Okay, and in Sagittarius we have Mercury in its retrograde motion. See, now also Mercury is retrograde, and it will turn direct on 18th of January 2023. So till then it is very essential for every one of us to be very straightforward regarding our communicative abilities, how you are speaking, how you are communicating. Okay, it is very essential, because there can be a chance that we can be at times very impulsive, we can be at times feel that things are going out of our hands, so we react in such a manner that can lead to some kinds of fights. Okay, so till 18th of January we need to be very careful regarding our communications. I will also say that till 18th of January it is also recommended that try to avoid any kind of long distance travels. Okay, and after that slowly and gradually, when Mars has already turned direct, and after 18th of January you will see that Mercury will also turn direct, so things will be much more better then. Okay, although Mercury will take some time to come out of Sagittarius. Okay, so Mars will aspect Sagittarius then also. So Mercury will take some time to come out of Sagittarius, but that time Mercury will be direct. So then some other kinds of events may take place, but as of now what I can say, that next 7 days or so, I will say next 7 days or so, we should be very careful regarding our speech, our communicating abilities, and how we are speaking to someone else, or during our conversations also we should be very much careful regarding what we are speaking and our way of speaking. Okay, this is the first thing. Another thing is that since Mars is direct, now Mars is aspecting the sign of Leo by its 4th aspect, Scorpio by its 7th aspect, and Sagittarius by its 8th aspect, and it is transiting over the sign of Taurus. So these 4 signs, Taurus, Leo, Sagittarius and Scorpio. Okay, so these 4 signs, you will find all of a sudden some energies flowing rapidly as the time passes by. You will find that some new energies are coming, and you will find some positive mindset regarding those things, because whenever Mars transits a house or Mars aspects a house, it energizes the significance of those particular houses. Okay, so wheresoever this 4 signs lies in your horoscope, now onwards you will find that some good energies are coming. You will find more enthusiastic in order to perform those activities. Like suppose for example, for the, I'm just taking one example, like for the Aries ascendant people, Leo happens to be the 5th house, creative intelligence, education. Okay, so all of a sudden you may find it's very interactive to study new stuffs, like learning new knowledge. Okay, gathering more skills and intellect. So you will become more interested, more enthusiastic regarding those things. Okay, so in this way it will energizes the particular house. So it will have different kinds of impacts on different type of people, and depending upon our horoscope also, it will have different kind of impact. Like suppose someone who is running through the dasa of Mars, and this transit is happening, and now Mars has turned direct. So for those people also it will have huge impact, because Mars's dasa is also going on for those people. Okay, or suppose someone is having any planet placed in the sign of Taurus and Mars is transiting over it, so Mars will energize that particular planet also. Or you can say that planet is also the ruler of certain houses, so that houses also. So it has many impacts, because Vedic astrology is wonderful. It is like you think that you know something, but again you will, the more you know, more you feel that there is many more things to know. Okay, it is just like a circle. You enter the circle and you feel, oh my god, so many things got to know. It is just like entering a door and again one more door will come. Okay, so it's a wonderful science. It's a way to know ourselves, know our path and everything. Okay, so anytime if you want a consultation from me, check the links in the description section, and you can mail me through your email id, and you will find my email id down in the description section. Okay, and you can also connect with me through my Facebook or Instagram accounts. You will find the links in the description section below. And if you are new to this channel, then please subscribe to the channel and tap onto the notification bell icon, so that every time I make a new video and upload it onto the YouTube, you get notified instantly. Okay, and now I will start the discussion regarding all the 12 ascendant signs. And it is also my request, check it from your moon sign also. First check it from your ascendant sign and then check it from your moon sign, so it will give you more clarity. So starting with the Aries ascendant, Mars has turned direct in the sign of Taurus in your 2nd house. Mars is your Lagna lord. Mars is also your 8th lord, but the most important thing is that Mars is the ascendant lord, Lagna lord. Lagna lord turning direct is a wonderful thing, and it is turning direct in the house of family, wealth, values, speech. So that means this Mars will allow you to take now proper decisions regarding your finance and wealth in a new manner. Like suppose if you are thinking to start some proper investment opportunities, now that can be related to anything related to your trade or business or family trade or any kind of financial investments or something related to that. It's a wonderful time. It will also allow you to take up some proper decisions regarding your financial independence. You will work hard to make yourself financially independent. Okay, so this is a beautiful time to grow yourself in a better manner, having more power financially. And it is also a wonderful time when you will be able to take proper decisions regarding your family. Okay, any family matters will be resolved by you. You will take that active participation. Since Mars is transiting through the house of speech, and Mars is energy, so I will also say here that you should also be very careful regarding what you are speaking, with whom you are speaking, because you see, second house is family. That means the people with whom you feel secure, the people with whom you feel that yes, they are my near and dear ones. So at times, out of that passion, out of that impulsion, you may say something, and that can hurt other people. Okay, so you have to be very careful regarding that. Otherwise, I will say that this transit of Mars in the direct motion is a wonderful time. It will also allow you to take proper insights regarding your creative intelligence, because Mars will aspect the sign of Leo in your fifth house. Okay, like suppose you are thinking to start something new or study something new, okay, or work on your skill set. Okay, so this Mars is going to give you very good results. Mars will aspect the 8th house and 9th house. Okay, so since Mars is direct, so all of a sudden some travels can be seen. And I will also say that since it is aspecting the 8th house, so uh, if you are connected with anything related to business contracts or anything related to joint assets, so this Mars will also allow you to take proper decisions regarding that. Okay, so since Mars is the 8th lord aspecting the 8th house and 9th house, so this is also a time that you can devote yourself in some studies related to occult science, spiritual sciences, or religious scriptures. Okay, so make the most out of it. It is a wonderful time because Mars happens to be a Lagna lord. It is a good time. Your decisions making will be very good during this particular time frame. Okay, so that's it for the Aries ascendant people. For the Taurus ascendant people, Mars is transiting in your first house and it is now direct. Mars happens to be your 12th lord, Mars happens to be your 7th lord. Now, first thing here is that Mars is direct in your first house. So, first of all, it will give you some good energy in order to take care of your decisions, because first house is also our personality, our decision making power. Okay, so that means it will give you that energy, that confidence in your personality, and you will be able to follow your focus and your decisions in a right manner. Only one thing is that since Mars is also energy and aggression, you have to channelize your energy in that proper manner so that you cannot go into something wrong. Like suppose you are chasing your dreams, and that Mars will give you that passion and energy, and you should not convert into in that kind of impulsion. So in that way you need to be a bit careful. Otherwise, this Mars direct motion is going to give you huge amount of confidence in your work, whatever work you are doing, because right from the morning when you wake up, you will feel that yes, I can start it, I can do it. So it's a positive intent, it's a good thing. Mars happens to be your 12th lord. Now 12th lord transiting in the first house, but it is direct now. So that means now suppose if you are connected with any kind of people in some foreign place or faraway place with regards to your business, with regards to your trade, then this will also resolve any matter between you and them. But since 12th lord is transiting in the first house, it also means that you need to also take care of your health, because Mars is not going to change the house very soon. It will take more 2 months. On 13th of March, Mars will change the sign. So till it changes the sign, it is very essential that you should also take care of your health, because if you don't take care of your health, some expenses can be seen, some expenditures can be seen. Now Mars happens to be your 7th lord also. 7th lord turning direct in the first house. So that means suppose if you are in any kind of relationship. Now that can be business partnership, that can be relationship between you and your marriage partner or your relationship partner. Any issues or any disputes or difference of opinion or any indifferences will be resolved now. Things will come to some proper direction. Okay, any kind of disputes between you and your partner will be resolved. Suppose if you are not in a relationship and thinking to get into a relationship, then this direct motion of 7th Lord Mars will help you out, since it is transiting over your first house. It is your personality. First house is personality. Okay, so it will make you confident regarding any new kind of relationship. So it is also a time to start any kind of new kind of collaboration also with some other business partners to expand your business. Okay, another thing I will say, that Mars is aspecting your 4th house, and Mars is the significator of landed properties. Mars is also known as Bhauma or Bhumiputra. Okay, so that means this direct motion of Mars in the first house is also indicate that it will help you out to progress in the business of construction or landed properties or real estate. Okay, in that matters also you will get good results. Only one thing I will say, that during this particular time, until and unless Mars is leaving the first house, okay, try to avoid any kind of long distance travels. Or suppose if you are, even if you are planning, it should be checked and planned very properly, because Mars is also aspecting your 8th house. Okay, so try to avoid any kind of impulsion, try to avoid any kind of rashness. Okay, it should not be done in hurry. Any work, whatever work you are starting, it should not be done in hurry, because as I said that it will make you confident, but it should not be driven by impulsion. Okay, so make sure regarding that, and otherwise this transit of Mars is going to give you very good results, so make the most out of it. So for the Gemini ascendant people, Mars has turned direct in the sign of Taurus in your 12th house, and Mars rules your 11th house, and Mars rules your 6th house. Now suppose if you are associated with any kind of work which relates to some faraway lands, or suppose if you are working in some multinational company or any kind of business which you are running which has got some faraway clients, or any kind of clients which lives in some foreign land. Okay, if you are running through any kind of issues or any kind of disputes between them, then this particular direct motion of Mars will allow you to resolve those disputes, and it will give you good results regarding that. But Mars is transiting in your 12th house, so that means this is a indication that you need to also be very careful regarding your health, because what I can see is that expenditures are seen during this particular transit of Mars in your 12th house, expenditures related to some health issues. Or suppose if you are running through some kind of health issues, any kind of prevalent health issues are which are going on with you, then you should also be very careful regarding that, because see, Mars is not changing the sign overnight. It is present in the sign of Taurus, and it will take more 2 months to go. On 13th of March 2023, Mars will change the sign. It will come onto your first house, it will leave the 12th house. Okay, so that time the results will be different, but now since it is in the 12th house, so it is a time when you need to be very careful regarding your health, because in the 12th house Mars can at times make you very impulsive at your subconscious level. Okay, certain matters can make you very irritated from within. Okay, so that can be reflected through your communication, because Mars will aspect your 3rd house by its 4th aspect. So in one way this will also give you that confidence in your communicative skills. So at times you will be able to put your imagination into reality. Like suppose if you are working on certain things which requires more creative stuff, more imagination, then this Mars is going to give you very good results. Like suppose you are working with technology, you are working with people, you are working with networks, okay, social networks or communicative skills, then this Mars will give you that imaginative power and allow you to put into your work, because third house is also the house of efforts, our courage, okay, our hobbies, creative talents. So in that way this Mars is going to give you very good results. On the other hand, since it is transiting over the house of subconscious mind, the 12th house. Okay, so it can at times make you very impulsive on certain matters which will be expressed through your communication, okay, or how you are dealing with people, because Mars will be aspecting your 6th house and 7th house also. So this is also a time when we should be very careful that we should not get into any kind of indifferences with the other people, specifically with our colleagues, with our co-workers and with our authorities. Okay, this is the very much essential thing to understand. Mars will aspect your 7th house. So suppose if you are in a relationship, partnership, business partnership, or suppose if you are in married relationship, okay, in your married relationship also, you should be very careful that you should not get into any kind of indifferences or fights between you and your spouse, because this Mars, the direct motion of Mars, will aspect directly onto your 6th house and 7th house, so it can lead to some kinds of fights or indifferences between you and your partner. So you need to be very careful regarding that particular part of your life also. And suppose if you are not in any kind of relationship or something like that, then this Mars, because 7th house is also the house of public image, okay, 7th house is also the house of that fame which we get from the public. Okay, so here one thing to understand is that since Mars is transiting through the 12th house, so a time may come when you may feel that I'm doing so much, I'm putting so much efforts, but I'm not getting the results out of it. Okay, so initially you may feel like that, but this is a time of detachment from your name and fame and providing full energy in your work. So this is a time, more you work for your efforts, your projects, or whatever work you are doing, and think about that particular channelization of energy in a bright manner without thinking for that name and fame. This is a time of a selfless work. More you do that, more you get better results, because after Mars comes into your first house, you will get that particular recognition and name and fame. You will find that yes, now I am getting the results of my hard work. So in that way, this particular transit of Mars is going to give you very good results. So make the most out of it and have a proper control over your that impulsion. Okay, and take care of your health. So that's it for the Gemini ascendant people. For the Cancer ascendant people, Mars is transiting in the 11th house and turning direct in the sign of Taurus in your 11th house, which is a very good thing, I will say, because this transit of Mars will not only allow you to have gains and profits and fulfillment of desires in your life, but also it will allow you to give you proper energy at your work. See, 11th house is fulfillment of desires, 11th house is also the house of gains, and Mars is energy. So that means this Mars direct happening in the 11th house is also good for your health. It is also good for your vitality and immunity. Second thing is that since it is the house of gains, profit, awards, rewards, and anything good which we think of having in our life, fulfillment of desires, this Mars will allow you to chase your dreams and have proper fulfillment of desires in your life. So it is also a time of gains, I will say. Okay, suppose if you are working in some project along with many people, along with some team, or in your network circle also, this Mars will bring that team spirit, and you will be able to follow your work, follow your job within that team in a fulfillment of proper results. You will see that yes, whatever work you are starting, it is going to some kind of completion. It is a wonderful time, I will say. Make the most out of it. Another thing I will say is that Mars will be aspecting your 5th house and 6th house. So suppose if you are thinking to study new thing, or suppose you are thinking that because see, Mars happens to be your 10th lord and fifth lord, okay, and it is transiting in the 11th house and looking onto your 5th house. So that means this is also a time to start some kind of professional studies. Like suppose in order to improve your profession, improve your job, by learning some kind of skill set, by learning some kind of new kind of studies and knowledge, this Mars will allow you to have it and get more better results in the upcoming days. Okay, so improve your skill set and creative intelligence and use this energy of Mars in order to give you much more better results. Suppose if you are thinking to plan for any kind of competitive exams while learning new things, because I said 5th house is creative intelligence and learning of these skill sets. So suppose if you are learning new things and you are also thinking that yes, I have to pass that particular exam, or I have to achieve certain things. So in competitive exams or in competition also, this Mars is going to give you much more better results, because Mars will be aspecting your 6th house. Okay, so this particular transit of Mars in the direct motion is going to give you very good results. And only one thing, Mars will be aspecting your second house. So since it is aspecting your second house, it will also give you very much energetic speech. So when you talk with someone, or when you are having any kind of conversation with any person, you need to be also be very careful that you should have a proper way of speaking, that you should not be very aggressive or impulsive, because that can hurt the other person. Okay, so you need to be very careful regarding how you are conversing, means in your conversations. Okay, so you need to be very careful, otherwise this transit of Mars is going to give you very good results. Okay, so that's it for the Cancer ascendant people. For the Leo ascendant people, this transit of Mars is happening in the 10th house. Now you see, Mars rules your 9th house and Mars rules your 4th house, and Mars is now direct. Mars, since it is the ruler of your 4th and 9th house, so that means 4th house is your home, your mother, 9th house is your guru, your father. Okay, so this Mars is now direct, so that means it is a good time for the proper health of your parents. It is a wonderful time that you will see that your relationship with your parents is improving, your health of your parents are improving. Okay, so this is the most important thing. Secondly, Mars is transiting in your 10th house, so you will see that now you will be able to put your energy in a right manner in your projects, in your work. You will see that yes, now any kind of new work which you are getting, you will find that yes, now I am able to put my energy and I am able to focus more in that work, and it will also lead to success. One thing here is that since Mars rules over your 9th house, and that 9th lord Mars is transiting in the 10th house, and since it is the planet Mars, so I will say that don't force your belief system at your workplace or at your work or towards your authorities or co-workers. Okay, because that can lead to some kind of disputes, or that can lead to some kinds of indifferences between you and your other co-workers or colleagues or authorities. Okay, another thing is that since Mars is the planet of energy, you will also feel that you can do the work of your own at your own way. Okay, so at times it can make you a bit more stubborn, because it is the sign Taurus into the picture, because Taurus is a earthy sign. Okay, at times it can make you very stubborn regarding your way of work. So don't go into any kind of indifferences between you and your authorities regarding that matter. I will say that if you follow the orders, the proper discipline of your authorities, and you follow the proper channelization of energy at your work, then this Martian energy is going to give you very much good results. And as I said, that it will also improve the relationship between you and your parents and the health of your parents. This is the most important thing. Another part here is that Mars will be aspecting your 4th house and 5th house. So any matter related to your home, any matter related to the place where you live in, will be resolved. Suppose if you are thinking to study new things, start new studies of your own which can help you at your professional place, that also you can start. Okay, so this Martian energy is going to give you very good results regarding to your studies, your creative intelligence, your intellect. Okay, and any matter related to your home also, it is going to give you very much good results. Only one thing is that since Mars is not changing the sign overnight, it will be transiting through the sign of Taurus for more 2 months or so. So I will also say that don't get into any kind of impulsive behavior at your home. Okay, because that can lead to some new kinds of events, and that can lead to some other types of indifferences. Okay, just try to make sure that you don't get into a new kind of indifferences. Okay, that is the important thing. Otherwise this Mars is also going to give you very good results with regards to any matter related to landed properties, real estates, or suppose if you are associated with anything related to those things, or construction business, suppose if you are associated with those things, then also this Mars is going to give you very good results. Okay, so make the most out of it. That's it for the Leo ascendant people. For the Virgo ascendant people, this transit of Mars is happening in your 9th house, and Mars has turned direct. I will say that this particular transit of Mars is a wonderful thing for you, because uh, 9th house and Mars is transiting over it in the direct motion. This will actually allow you to chase your aims and ambitions in your life, chase your dreams in your life, because now you will feel that yes, I am getting that positive energy in order to look forward. Because see, every one of us has got something, some dreams, some things to perform, follow up. Okay, that is our dharma, that is our the things which we hold upon in this life. Okay, so it will allow you to follow your dharma, it will allow you to follow your aims, your dreams in your life. And in order to have it, this Mars will also allow you to learn new things, because while you are following certain things in your life, we need to have a proper higher knowledge, higher spiritual knowledge for that. Okay, so this Mars will also allow you to have that proper knowledge, learn it, and follow the things which needs to be followed. Since it is the ninth house and Mars is direct, so this will also allow you to have a proper bonding between you and your father, your guru. Because what will happen, since Mars was retrograde back, so there could have been some kind of indifferences between you and your elders, you and your father, your guru, or something like that. Some kind of indifferences might had been there, but now since Mars is direct, so the things will be much more better now. Yes, one thing, Mars is not changing the sign overnight, so that means you need to also be proper, with proper discipline, with proper righteousness and dharma. You should be like following the instructions given to you by your father, instruction given to you by your guru, and follow their orders, and with proper approach, I will say, that channelization of energy, that will give you much more better results. Because you see, Mars will be aspecting your 12th house. Mars will be aspecting your 12th house, and you see, Mars happens to be your 8th lord also. So if you follow the proper instructions given to you by your guru, by your elders, by your father, so that will not only be good for you, but also it will allow you to save yourself from any kind of unnecessary expenditures or any type of unnecessary losses. Okay, it is just like that, following the proper instruction, proper guidance, and getting the results which we actually want. So this particular direct motion of Mars is a wonderful thing for all the Virgo ascendant people. It is really necessary. One more thing I will say, there is a chance of travels. So I will say that during this particular time, if you travel to some religious places, some temples, or any religious places, or meeting religious communities, it will be highly beneficial for you. Okay, some long distance travels to some religious places, that will be not only spiritually good for you, but also it will be helpful in that inner peace, and I will say that that serene environment will give you much more happiness and peace. Okay, this Mars will be aspecting your 3rd house also, so that means it will allow you to start new hobbies. Suppose anything, if you are thinking to start new, it will give you much more better results. Yes, Mars will be aspecting your 4th house, so certain matters at your home can be there which will be disturbing you, which may make you a bit at times very impulsive, so try to avoid it. Okay, rather I will say that go for the problem solving rather than getting more impulsive and aggressive regarding any matter related to your home. Okay, try to solve the matters, it will give you much more better results, and it will give you proper energy in order to start new thing regarding any kind of your hobbies or creative talent. Only one thing, it will be aspecting the 3rd house, so that means our communicative skills for the Virgo ascendant people, the communicative skills will be very essential, because it can make you at times very aggressive. Okay, so don't force your belief system onto others. This is the most important thing. Okay, for the Virgo ascendant people, that is Mars is turning direct in your 9th house. Okay, so that's the important thing. Otherwise, this transit of Mars is a very welcome transit. It will help you to chase your aims, ambitions, and dreams in your life in a proper manner. So just follow your dharma, follow your righteousness and instruction given to you by your father and guru. That will give you much more better results. Okay, for the Libra ascendant people, Mars will be transiting in the direct motion in the 8th house. Previously Mars was retrograde, but now Mars has turned direct in the 8th house. Mars happens to be your 2nd lord and 7th lord. Now here one more thing which is very essential is that transit of Mars is happening in the 8th house. From last few months also Mars was transiting in the 8th house, and now for next 2 months also Mars will be in the 8th house. So Mars's transit in the 8th house is normally should be taken with utmost care. This is the most important thing I will say, because transit of Mars in the 8th house is normally not considered very good. We say that we need to be very careful regarding our health, we should be very careful regarding our impulsive behavior, our channelization of energy is very essential during that particular time. Okay, now since Mars happens to be your 2nd lord and 7th lord, and Mars is direct now, so it will really help you out in order to resolving your financial matters, your expenditures, any matter related to you and your partner. Now that partner can be business partner, that partner can be your relationship partner or your marriage partner. Okay, in either of the cases, this particular direct motion of Mars will allow you to take proper decisions regarding those matters. Another thing is that 8th house is also the house of joint assets. Mars is direct now. Mars is the second lord. Second house is fixed asset. Okay, and it is transiting in the 8th house. So that means it will also allow you to resolve any matter regarding your fixed asset or joint assets, regarding your finances. But we should not forget that it is still in the 8th house. So that means certain events or any matter related to unpredictability is always there. So we should be very careful regarding our speech, because second house is speech, our family matters, and our expenditures, new expenditures. Okay, we should be very careful regarding that, and we should also be very careful regarding the health of our spouse, health of our partner. Now suppose if you are running any business, then we should also be careful regarding any decisions taken for the business or business matters. We should be very careful regarding that, because 8th house is also the house of ups and downs, transformation. Okay, so our decisions can transform the things into some other matter. Okay, so which we may not be ready for it. So we should have a proper check on our impulsion and aggression. We should not be driven by our impulsion, because that can lead to some kind of rashness, and ultimately it can create problems for us. Because see, 8th house is also the house of disease, 8th house is also the house of accidents. Okay, it is also the house of longevity. So we should be very careful regarding our health. We should not be driven by impulsion. Suppose if you are saying something to someone, it should be driven by proper wisdom and knowledge. It should not be driven by impulsion and aggression alone. Okay, because that is what Mars will make you do. So Mars will be aspecting your third house of communication also. Okay, so this is very essential that during this particular time we need to be very careful regarding our this communication and speech. Since third house is aspected by Mars from the 8th house, so this also means that this direct motion of Mars can make you very much interested in occult studies and spiritual studies. All of a sudden you will feel that yes, let me study this thing, let me have a look over this particular knowledge. Okay, so in this way this Mars is going to give you very good results. Okay, so take care of your health and try to have proper learnings on spiritual knowledge, occult sciences, that will give you much more better results. And take care regarding the health of your spouse, and try to avoid any new kind of expenditures. Okay, that's it for the Libra ascendant people. For the Scorpio ascendant people, Mars rules your ascendant, Mars rules your Lagna, your first house, Mars rules your 6th house, and Mars is turning direct in your 7th house in the sign of Taurus for the Scorpio ascendant people. So first of all, since your ascendant lord is direct now, so that means it will improve your personality, it will improve your decision making, your focus and your concentration in your life. And since it is happening in the 7th house, so that means now your focus, your concentration, your decision making related to your partnership. Now that can be business partnership, or it can be a relationship or your marriage relationship. Okay, it will improve it. Any decision makings or any matter or anything, any kind of disputes or something like that will be resolved. Okay, now so you will feel that yes, the things are getting a proper channelization now, and now I can take the things in a better manner. Okay, now since Mars is transiting in the 7th house of marriage, relationship, partnership. Okay, so on certain matters you will feel that compromise is also necessary in order to get a proper cooperation and proper things at the relationship level, at the marriage and partnership level. Because you see, 7th house is also the house of diplomacy and negotiation, and Mars is that energy. Mars does not like to negotiate, Mars does not like to get into that kind of opinions. Okay, Mars feels that it's my way or highway, this kind of feelings. Okay, Mars can give you. But I will also say that since Mars is the Lagna lord and transiting in the 7th house, it will give you that energy to take care of your partner. Now many a times I get this kind of comments. Someone will say that what if I don't have a partner, what if I don't have I am not in a relationship. Then I will say here is that see, 7th house is also foreign land, 7th house is also public image and Mars. And when I talk about public image, then I have to also say that Mars is also your 6th lord. Okay, and Mars is transiting in the 7th house. Apart from the Lagna lord, Mars is also the 6th house. So in that particular case, I will say you that you need to be more oriented towards your work, your dharma and righteousness. because more you are work oriented, more you are channelizing your energy in a proper manner, more you are following your personality and decision making hand by hand with proper punctuality and discipline, more you will see that your public image is improving, because Mars is transiting through that. And since it is the house of public, so that means we also need to have that idea of negotiation, idea of diplomacy, because seventh house also means that how good we get along with other people. Okay, and since Mars does not likes to negotiate, so if you get more impulsive, if you get more aggressive, then that can harm your public image. Okay, in that regards you need to be very careful. One more thing is that Mars will be aspecting your second house and your first house. It will aspect your 10th house also, so that means at your workplace also you will find that new enthusiasm and energy at your workplace. Whatever projects you are getting, you will feel that yes, now I will be able to follow my dreams, my work, my projects in a proper manner. That kind of positive energy and positive intent will be there within you. Mars will be aspecting your first house and second house, so that means it will improve your personality. You will know that yes, I am now more confident when I am with people. Okay, so it will give you that dominance. Only you need to channelize your energy with some proper intent whenever you are with many people, that is public, with your group of people. Okay, or suppose with your business partners, your intent should be very positive, your intent should be very work oriented. Mars will be aspecting your second house also, so that will be good for your finances and wealth. But you need to also be very careful that you should not get into any kind of fights, okay, or any kind of arguments. It can at times make you very aggressive, that very hot-headed at times. Okay, because first house and second house both are under the scanner of Mars by its aspect. Okay, so in that particular thing you need to be very careful that don't get into any kind of unnecessary arguments or fights. Okay, so in that case this Mars is going to give you very good results. So that's it for the Scorpio ascendant people. For the Sagittarius ascendant people, Mars is transiting in the 6th house, and Mars happens to be your 5th lord. Mars happens to be your 12th lord for the Sagittarius ascendant people, and this Mars is transiting in the 6th house. Normally the transit of Mars in the 6th house is considered to be very good, and now it is turning direct in the 6th house. So that means this will allow you to have victory over your opponents. You will also feel that you are getting good results and success in whatever work you are doing. See, 6th house is also the house of struggle, hard work. So now you will feel that even after doing so many hard work, whatsoever it is, I am getting victory, I am getting success. So you will get that enthusiasm and proper energy and confidence when you are dealing with any kind of challenges. You will feel that yes, whatsoever the challenges may be, I am I am always victorious, I am the winner. Okay, so this kind of positive intent will be there. So this is a time. So if you are into any kind of competitive exams or competition or anything related to that, suppose you are planning for any kind of competitions, then this particular transit of Mars, the direct motion of Mars happening in the 6th house, is going to give you very good results. Okay, Mars happens to be your 5th lord transiting in the 6th house. So that means it also indicates that now there will be some kinds of hard work and struggle with regards to your intellect, with regards to your skill set. But yes, at the end you will be victorious because Mars is transiting in the 6th house. So although initially some difficulties may be there, but at the end you will be victorious. Okay, because this Mars will be aspecting your 9th house of higher education, also higher spiritual knowledge. So it means that the knowledge which you are seeking, the knowledge which you are chasing, it seems that now initially some hard work will be there where you will be able to put your energy properly, and at the end you are going to get the good results, because the moment Mars leaves the 6th house, it will be in the 7th house and it will aspect the 10th house. Okay, so fame and reputation. Okay, so in that way this Mars is going to give very good results. One more thing I will say, suppose if you are having any kind of prevalent health conditions or any kind of health issues, then this direct motion of Mars in the 6th house is going to give you very good results. It will allow you to recover quick. Okay, because this transit of Mars in the 6th house normally allows us to win over our adversities, win over our challenges and problems. Okay, it makes us that confident and gives us the victory. Okay, one more thing, Mars will be aspecting your 1st house and 12th house. So here one thing, we need to be also be very careful regarding our aggression and impulsion. At times it can make us hot-headed, externally also and at the subconscious level also. Certain things can make us very impulsive. Okay, so we need to be very careful regarding that, and we should be channelizing our energy in proper manner. We should not be very hot-headed and driven by impulsion, or doing certain things out of that rashness. Okay, please don't do that, because sixth house is also the house of injuries and accidents, so we should be very careful regarding that. Otherwise, I will say this is a time of starting new work. Whatever work you are thinking that you should start new work, and you will find victory, you will find success at the end of the day. Okay, so suppose if you are thinking to start a new work or new thing, or at your workplace also, suppose, because sixth house is also the house of job. Okay, so at the workplace also, suppose you are thinking that how should I complete this project, you will see that Mars is the fifth lord, so that means your hard work will be driven by your intelligence. It is just like hard work plus smart work combined, so you will see that you are going to give you very good results at the end of the day. It is not only going to give you success, but also improve your reputation in front of your authorities and superiors. So it's a wonderful transit, make the most out of it for the Sagittarius ascendant people. Okay, so that's it for the Sagittarius ascendant people. For the Capricorn ascendant people, Mars is transiting in your fifth house in the direct motion in the sign of Taurus, and Mars rules on your fourth house and your 11th house. Now, any matter related to your home, any matter related to your happiness, the place where you live in, or any matter related to your like mental peace, or your network circle, or how you are connecting with your social networks or with your team, all those matters will be resolved now. Okay, since your fourth lord and 11th lord is transiting in the fifth house in the direct motion, this is a very good indication that you will be able to chase your skill set, your creative intelligence, and be successful in it. Like suppose whatever creative talent you have, or whatever studies you are doing, or whatever learning you have done, you will be able to use those knowledge in a proper manner at your work. Okay, that will give you much more better results. You will feel that yes, now you are feeling more happy while doing those work. Like suppose someone can be a singer, someone can be a painter, or whatever it can be, whatever creative talent you have, or any kind of new skill set which you are planning to learn. Like suppose if you are doing some job and you think that any kind of professional education will help you out, then this transit of Mars in the direct motion transiting in the fifth house, and Mars is also the fourth lord and 11th lord, so at the professional level, that education will give you much more better results. And Mars is aspecting your 11th house, so that means more you work on that skill set, more you are going to get gains at the end of the day and in the upcoming days also, because this transit of Mars is not happening overnight. You see, Mars will be transiting in the sign of Taurus for next 2 months also. Okay, on 13th of March 2023, Mars is changing the sign. That means this Mars will continue to give you good results, more you channelize your energy in some proper manner. See, fifth house is also the house of joy and pleasure, so it will increase your passion in order to follow your dreams. Okay, the things which you love the most, the things which you are very much happy to chase in your life. Okay, like suppose someone likes to paint, or someone likes to play, like since it is Mars, it will bring forward the athletic energies within you. Like suppose someone is a very good player, cricket player, or someone is a very good athlete. Okay, in that way also this particular Martian energy is going to give you very good results. You will be able to follow your dreams. Okay, only one thing, Mars is aspecting your 12th house and your 8th house. Okay, so while following your dreams, while following the things which makes you joy and happy, okay, you should also be very careful regarding your health, that you should not be driven by impulsion, because that can lead to some kind of things which are maybe unpredictable, or which can lead to some kind of other kinds of ups and downs in life. Okay, because 8th house is also the house of injuries and accidents, and 12th house is the house of hospitals. Okay, so just follow your dreams, just follow your skill set. Okay, but at proper discipline and with proper order. Okay, that will be much more better for the Capricorn ascendant people. For the Aquarius ascendant people, this transit of Mars is happening in your fourth house, and most important thing is that Mars was retrograde back, but now Mars is turning, it has turned direct. Okay, and Mars rules your third house, and Mars rules your 10th house, okay, for the Aquarius ascendant people. So any matter related to your home, any matter related to your creative talent, or any matter related to your job, profession, things will be changing and things will be much more better now. Okay, you will find that now new opportunities are coming with regards to your work, with regards to your projects, or whatever work you are doing, or even if you are thinking to start a new kind of profession or work, or you are finding for new opportunities at your workplace, then this direct motion of Mars, which is happening in the 4th house, because Mars will be aspecting your 10th house, correct? So it will give you new opportunities also, and at the workplace also you will find that yes, now the things are getting much more better, things are getting much more lighter. Yes, Mars is not changing the sign overnight, correct? It is staying in the sign of Taurus for next 2 months or so. So it is not changing the sign overnight. But yes, one thing I can say here is that this particular Mars is going to give you very good results with regards to your work, with regards to your efforts. Okay, since third lord is placed in the 4th house, because Mars is your third lord also, transiting through the 4th house, so you will feel happy while you are putting your efforts at right places. You will find yourself that now you are going to start new projects, or you will find more energetic in doing the work, whatever work you like to do the most. Like suppose someone can be a very good communicator, someone can be a very good in painting, singing, dancing, or someone can be a very good in sports. Okay, so you will feel happy about it because third lord is transiting through the house of happiness. One thing, since it is transiting through the 4th house, although this direct motion of Mars will also allow you to maintain a proper relationship between you and your mother, it will improve the relationship between you and your mother. You will be able to take proper care of your mother, okay, due to this particular transit. This is also a time period that you should also have a proper control over your impulsion at your domestic affairs. Like suppose wheresoever you are living, or whosoever is living with you at your house, at your domestic front, you should have a proper check on your aggression and impulsion, because that can lead to some kind of arguments or indifferences between the people with whom you are living at your home. Okay, and that can ultimately disturb the mental peace. Okay, so in that case you need to be very careful, otherwise this particular transit of Mars is going to give you very good results. One more thing I will say is that since Mars happens to be your 10th lord transiting in the 4th house and getting direct, it means suppose if you are working in anything related to landed properties, real estates, or construction business, or anything related to that, then this particular Mars is going to give you very good results. It is going to improve your networks, it is going to improve your work and your business, because Mars is also aspecting your 11th house also. So it is like working more hard and getting gains through it. Okay, and working with network circles, working with your fellow friends and all, okay, in a more competitive spirit, because Mars rules over your third house also, and ultimately it will give you happiness because it is transiting through the house of happiness. Only thing is that have a proper check over your impulsion and aggression, and channelize your energy in a right manner. That will give you much more better results. So that's it for the Aquarius ascendant people. For the Pisces ascendant people, the transit of Mars in the direct motion is happening in the 3rd house, and for the Pisces people, Mars rules your 2nd house and Mars rules your 9th house. Now, since Mars is transiting in the direct motion in the 3rd house, which is a wonderful thing, because transit of Mars normally in the 3rd house gives very good results. It normally makes the person very energetic towards his or her projects or whatever work you are thinking to do. Now since it is direct, that means any work which was getting delayed in the past, now those work will be started, or you can start those projects, you can start those work, and you will be ultimately getting better results out of it. One more thing is that since 3rd house is also the house of communication, hobbies, our creative talent, so that means this will also give you that energy while communicating with other peoples regarding your work, regarding your skill set. It will give you very good results. Since Mars is direct in the 3rd house of communication, it also means that it can bring that aggression in your communication. So that means when you are dealing with the people of your daily contacts, like it can be anyone with whom you meet every day, it can be your friends, your neighborhood, your siblings. Okay, so you need to have a proper check of energy. Okay, because it can at times make you very aggressive in your communication. Okay, so have a proper check in that. Okay, that will give you much more better results. Now since Mars is direct in the 3rd house, it will improve your relationship between you and your siblings, you and your friends, you and your people in your society or neighborhood. Okay, that will give you much more better results. Mars will be aspecting your 9th house and it is transiting in the 3rd house, so that means some travels can be seen. Okay, some and Mars is your 9th lord also, 9th lord getting direct and aspecting the 9th house, so that means it is also a time that you can travel to meet your guru, you can travel to some religious places, okay, and meet some religious communities, start learning some religious scriptures. Okay, it will give you much more better results. 3rd house, and Mars is also looking onto your 10th house, so that means your efforts will not only benefit you at your means at your work, but also it will give you success and it will recognized by your authorities and superiors. So that means it will also try to help you improve your name, fame and reputation. Suppose if you are thinking to start anything related to competitive exams or competition, then this Mars is going to give you very good results, because Mars will be aspecting your 6th house of competition. Okay, so this Mars is going to give you very good results in that regard also. Or in case of any prevalent health conditions, Mars will allow you to recover fast. See, previously also Mars was aspecting the 6th house, but that time Mars was retrograde, but now Mars is direct, so it will be good for your health also. Okay, so there are many positives to be taken out of this transit of Mars in the direct motion in your 3rd house, and I will only say that have a proper check on that impulsion and aggression while you are communicating with others. Okay, because it can at times make you very aggressive and energetic. Okay, so regarding that you need to be very careful, otherwise this transit of Mars in the 3rd house is going to give you very good results. It is just like that you start the work and you get success over it. That's it. This is the one line statement. So ultimately it is going to give you that success, and good time for studies also, religious scriptures, and getting into touch with your guru and religious communities. Okay, so make the most out of it. That's it for the Pisces ascendant people. So that's it for all the 12 ascendant signs. Hope you have liked this video, and if you have really liked this video, then press the like button and share to your near and dear ones. Your comments are always welcome to me, and if you are new to this channel, tap onto the subscribe button, click onto the notification bell icon, so that every time I make a new video you get notified instantly. Okay, and if you want a consultation from me, check the links in the description section. You can mail me, you will get my email ID at the description section. You can also get connected with my Facebook or Instagram accounts. Check the links in the description section so that I can get connected with you, and we have personalized consultation based on your horoscope. Okay, so that's it for now. So next time when I come back, I will be coming back with some another interesting video. So thank you everyone. Bye bye.